It's been a long week, and I have not seen my people's faces, man. Y'all look good to me. Quan, Sherri, y'all look nice. I miss you guys. I did. I miss the smiles, the craziness. I'm just saying, y'all know I like the social. I like to be able to socialize with people. This is kind of hard for me. I want to take a moment. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show, for being here with me on this beautiful day, another great day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. Again, I don't know where I said that, but it's just leading me to do that. So that's what I'm doing, and I want to make sure that we acknowledge that we are all blessed to be here. If we are all looking at each other, or if you're looking at me live right now, you are blessed, truly blessed. So let the church say amen.
Absolutely.
I didn't do no Sunday service or anything. Guys, whatever noise in the background, let's kill it because we got to make sure this comes out perfect. Um, Anything other than that, again, I want to thank all my people out there. I want to thank everybody that makes this show work. I want to thank Mike, the genius in the back, Mariana, who does does all of my social media, and has been doing it for quite a while. Michelle King, my show manager. Thank you guys so much for keeping this going. We didn't know what was going to happen when COVID-19 hit, but God said not so, and we had a whole nother situation to come around. So we are here. We're blessed. We have a wonderful guest. Y'all saw a question mark. I bet you didn't think she'd be this beautiful, did you? So we fooled you. And I always have my beautiful sidekick, Sherri, Onica, Valle, my homie, my play son. The one that Sherri has to keep me from choking every show. Big homie Quan always let me know what's going on in the wood and in the hood, what's going on. Good one. Let's go now. I want you guys to tell me, each one of you, and I'm going to say her name, but I want to give her like this Lena Horne welcome, so, on to the show. But right now with us, and we're going to still let you know who she is, I have the lovely, the wonderful, the marvelous. She was on my show for like a quick minute, like a Cinderella moment. And then we went and found who the slipper belonged to, and that's Miss Lavette Sherri. And we want to give her a good welcome to the show.
Yay, Sherri!
We had to find, yes, we had to go. See, there you go. He flirting, Sherri. He flirting. Watch him. And Sherri, you need to watch him with Lavette. I know you have other things to do. You're already watching your kids. You don't want to have to watch Big Homie Quan, but you know how we have to do with our.
You gotta play nice in the
sandbox. Sherri, I missed you. What has been going on with you, real quick?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I've been glued to my computer trying to figure out when my stimulus money is gonna come in. And right now, I can't even figure out my own home address according to the IRS. So I'm still waiting. I'm telling you, I am still waiting. I'm getting calls from all my relatives. Did you get your money yet? Is it in your bank account? I said, no. I can't even tell them which bank to call and which bank to put. And, my husband and I had used H&R Block. So we're in the same boat as a lot of other people who are worried that we're not going to get our stimulus for quite a while because we did use third-party administrators like H&R Block and other online TurboTax and the like to get our taxes done this year. So we just over here, hanging on to our laptops, hanging on to our kids, spring cleaning. Today I dusted my daughter's room. That is how at home we are. We are safer at home and we're safer together.
So you don't went from the courtroom pointing the finger to dusting your daughter's room. That damn COVID-19.
Pretty much, yeah.
That damn COVID-19 is strong, ain't it?
It is so strong. And I think, the scientists have been correct. While we have been able to do things right here in Los Angeles, maybe not nationwide, we do know that we've been able to lower the curve, save lives. We still have a very high death count here in LA County for what we've seen before. We got 40,000 in the United States now. I think that's unfortunately a new high, but it's not going to be the highest number now. But we are seeing some progress in New York. We're definitely seeing some progress here in LA. But we still got to do what they told us to do. Even my little son, when we went out for our walk yesterday, you saw his little face mask on him. It used to be the Aladdin costume, but it became a face mask, and
I
he wore
like
it when we
that.
went out on our family walk yesterday. So, do what's right, everybody. We're going to get through this together. And we are more vulnerable than any other population. So please, please, if you can, stay at home, wash your hands, wear your mask, and just do what the CDC is asking us to do.
And I'm a put that a black rating on top of what she's saying. She'd be professional. Black folks, keep your ass at home. I did.
Amen.
I didn't say the word I wanted to say. Brown people, keep y'all ass at home, which y'all have been fine. I don't know why we gotta. Let's not do this time, because we don't have to worry. They don't have to do anything. We can do it to ourselves if you want to be foolish.
True.
Homie Quan, what's been going
What's
on with you?
up? What's up? Shit, what's been going on with me? Just been cooking. I've been working on a few things for the upcoming takeover show this Wednesday. Just been trying to stay healthy, keep my butt inside, enjoying, a few benefits of life,
Okay, see there you go.
and and getting ready for 420 tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, but we gotta move because I was reading stupid something else. Cherie, you thank God we in.
Oh, but by the way, I gotta bring us up to both you and Shui as well. Did you hear today's announcement about three new centers opening up in LA County for testing?
Mm.
You know what? I saw one with Mark. I saw Mark Wrigley Thomas doing showing something at the forum. So where are they opening these three centers, Quan?
The biggest one that just opened up, and this is probably gonna be one that's gonna get hit up with a lot of people, is UCLA Harbor Center in Carson. That's the
Mm.
biggest one that just opened up.
Okay, guys, y'all hearing Quan telling you here in L.A. they've opened up some bigger centers. Yeah, they're gonna get the testing going. I would imagine that this is gonna have to really happen because I want to know really, um, Cherie, how long do you honestly think this is going to go on? Because Lavette Cherie, she's an artist, and I know that this affects the artist a lot. And with Lavette,
Yeah.
I'm going to have her. I want to talk to her about how it's affecting her career, her her life goals she's set, and things like that. Because when she was on the show, she had an album coming out in March, The Renaissance. I was really ready for it. So Cherie, how long? Then how long, Cherie? How long?
Well, it really depends on where you are, what the politics, unfortunately, of your local county or government agency is. Here in LA, we've taken some very strong measures, safer at home approach. We have our mayor and our governor who seem to be in lockstep in how to approach it. And they are being supported by Catherine Barger and the other supervisors and countywide. So there isn't really a disconnect. I'm sure you're aware that on a nationwide level, there are different states that have taken different approaches, mayors fussing with their governors, and then you've got many who are really trying to reopen this economy. So, we've got what, last time I checked, 22.5 million unemployed. I think the latest statistic in countywide here in LA, 50% of people do not have a job to go back to. When you reopen this economy, 50% of the people will have no place to go. Okay, that's a very scary statistic. Okay, and people are still trying to survive. But the real issue is, as our death count, albeit it's not what New York was at the top of their tipping. I think their top was 879 was their highest, and our latest yesterday, well, our high count was 81. Okay,
Oh, wow.
we are that is a huge differential between us and New York. Now, and we want to keep it that way in the sense that we want New York's to come down and we want to keep our people safe. But what is the statistic that I wanted also to raise with you today is the fact that African Americans, no matter how much percentage of the given population, we are more than twice or nearly more than twice our statistic. And so they even brought Magic out onto CNN. And we need to talk about that COVID-19. African Americans are not immune. We can die just like everybody else.
As they can
And
see, as they can
as
see.
they can see. And, we can talk and debate all day why that is. We have more health disease. We have more underlying diabetes, heart disease, the things that make people more vulnerable. But remember, this is a disease for which there is currently no vaccine. There's inadequate and potentially false or misleading testing going out there. We've got Sean Penn and his company coming out to open testing sites. I am thankful for that, but I'm also stunned by the fact that we need actors in Hollywood to get the testing sites going, and why we still don't have adequate testing for those who want to be tested at this point in place. We also know that we're not sure if people can be reinfected. This is a very aggressive lung disease. It attacks your lungs. That's why we need the ventilators. And the ventilator is really only to create a bridge to allow your own immune system to kick in and basically fight the virus. Okay. And it is really a matter of days. We have seen a very depressing statistics about those who go onto ventilators. Many don't come off alive and well. So they're celebrating when people go back home. This is very, very real. And they brought magic out because I don't know if you guys remember, back in the early 80s, HIV was a white person's, gay person's, or drug addict's disease. And me and my friends, we were taught in our sex ed class, literally, that if you were not gay, if you were not a drug addict or a hemophiliac, you could not get HIV. And that was probably one of the biggest misleading things that I can remember learning in high school. And my family learned the hard way. We did bury my aunt. She was one of the first African-American women here in LA. And she was heterosexual, didn't meet any of the statistics. We learned the hard way that, yes, you too can be vulnerable and actually be impacted by HIV. And now internationally, our community is the largest hard hit. I think African-American women in particular may be the hardest hit community from the HIV epidemic. So
now, Sherri, why are not more statistics posted about the recovery than the death still? Why is it that the death is still the touted number and not the recovery, when you know, and I know, and many others that read the news know that the recovery still, no matter what state you go to, maybe in New York is smaller, but there's still a 5-to-1 ratio, or at least a 4-to-1 ratio on a higher recovery rate than death rate.
I don't have a really good answer on that. I mean, it's really the statistics that are being borne out. I think there's a lot of distrust right now about statistics. I don't know if you've heard that China has recently updated its own death count, its own infection rates. We were highly suspicious, I think the last time we talked, that there would be some different numbers that we would suspect coming out of China, maybe even coming out of Russia. So we've seen some revisions up until now. I think the answer is people don't really know what it means to recover from the virus, because we don't know if people cannot be reinfected. If they're reinfected, does that mean that they are going to survive and just have another round, shorter course? Or could it be more virulent? How many strands are there out there? We're talking about COVID, the novel COVID-19. Are we now waiting to see potentially COVID-20? So there's just still more questions than answers. And I think death is a very clear statistic. You can tell when someone passes away. There will be some revisions, I'm sure, later on about those who have passed away during this time frame, and they will be linked to COVID-19, including those. I recently had a death in my family, and we had to Zoom to the funeral services. And there are also going to be mental health deaths that will be linked to the COVID-19 and the mental health consequences that we haven't really talked much about because we're just in a panic, for lack of a better word. I think that there just is not enough information. Maybe people are using it as a scare tactic to try to impress on those who have not yet been touched. Their lives have not been touched yet by COVID-19 in a way that they understand that this is serious.
Girl, you hit it for me. Oh, thank you. Because I was going to do the black version. See, I'm going to let you redo the intelligent version. And I'm going to do the black version. And And really, people finna get a little mad, but I don't give a damn. I'm gonna do the nigga version, and nigga could be anybody stupid, or not really stupid, but anybody just a little foolish. There's every color, every race.
Ignorant, I believe, is the
Yeah,
technical term of
ignorant.
that
Yeah,
word.
yes, ignorant, as my country grandmother would say. You're ignorant. And the ignorant version would be the only thing that would make us do right is to see people are dying, and to keep reinforcing that this can kill you. This can kill you. Because if that fear is not there and you let just 3 people believe, oh, this is how many people that have survived it. Because you have people, keep in mind now, that, will take chances. Live on the edge. You already saw the young kids at the beach, spring break. Young people take chances. You get what I mean? They'll bungee jump. They'll jump out of planes. You know what I mean? They've done some crazy weird stuff. Kids do stuff on dare. We saw a young little boy about 16 or 17, free and dared him to eat a snail that was outside. And from that, he went into this sickness that turned into a coma, and then he ended up being messed up really bad and then dying like 8 months later on a dare. On a dare. That is a true story. So my point is, you gotta give it to us straight, no chaser, and show it and let you see what's going on.
I'm wondering, Onica, what do you think about them inflating the number of deaths that are related to COVID-19 versus other health issues?
You mean in terms of you're suspicious that they're inflating?
Yeah, like what is our daily deaths? Like how many people usually die? How many people do we usually lose?
Oh, I see. Compared. So yesterday, for example, the death count was 81, but I think what you're asking is, would we normally see 10 to 15 people, let's just say it, this is LA, and drive-by shootings and or gun violence or domestic violence or just regular robbery?
Or maybe they have asthma attacks or diabetes or high blood pressure, related deaths, but they're putting COVID-19 on it. Now, I personally have 4 family members who have been infected by COVID-19 because I have a cousin in Texas who had a patient back in March who was infected and he got infected. But he got it and he passed it on to his family, although all of their symptoms were mild and they recovered, they're fine. But it just makes you wonder, are they putting COVID-19 on deaths that would normally happen anyways? I mean,
that's a good question.
That's a decent question. I think they are going to have to go back and look at the deaths that passed by when we knew COVID was active and where it was active. I mean, one of the big questions has been, and it has been brought out, is COVID-19, has it been more active in the LA area earlier than previously reported? You've got a very huge minority communities here, including some who are Taiwanese in nature and origin. And could there be more than one strand of COVID-19, one with milder consequences? Have we been developing herd immunity here? And why? What is the difference between LA and not just how we live and how we're more spread out than New York? You do still have very strong, big, diverse communities. Why was the death rate in the hundreds at the top of their number? Was it just because we got on things sooner, or are we dealing with something related, but albeit a little bit different? Those are a lot of the questions that we are going to be looking at. But I will tell you, when you compare the response of the government to the various pandemics that we've had since the early 1900s till now, the basic steps of improving sanitation, quarantine those suspected of being infected, developing tests to identify them, and then ultimately cures have basically been the 3 basic steps to get everything back to normal. Whether it be, the polio pandemic, the measles pandemic recently in Disneyland. What is it about COVID that has made us so, as a community, devastated? We went from, I'll give you my example, my husband's birthday was in March 21st. Well, I kept calling places and scheduling his birthday party, and 2 days later they'd call me back and cancel, right up until we went into a complete lockdown. lockdown.
Yeah.
So it just seems, I guess what's so frightening for many of us here in Los Angeles, and I'm just speaking from this perspective, is to see how quickly our very strong economy, our, formidable hospitals. We live close to the Huntington Hospital, and to see people having to bring in from their house supplies to fortified Huntington Hospital, which has a reputation as being one of the best hospitals, in the area, is a little bit scary. And I think there's a lot of questions we need to have answered in terms of being prepared. An earthquake is inevitable. Well, pandemics also seem, frankly, to be inevitable with the amount of international travel that we have. There's been some concerns raised about whether or not this was a very intentional act by a group of people and sending to kind of devastate our economy. I want to bring up, I don't know if you guys remember when the first World War trade tower was hit, the comments right after that was, wow, there's just been this horrible accident. And then it was when the second plane went into the second tower that we realized that this was not an accident, that this was intentional. And then we put together the pieces of what happened. And that also devastated our economy, our sense of security. I was young and single and stupid. And so when the plane tickets were cheap, I was traveling everywhere, doing everything I wanted to do. Because to me, I was like, like I was saying last time, my family is looking at a cruise for four. Anybody's out there still trying to sell something, give me a call, because seriously, we still see this as an opportunity. My husband and I are talking about real estate and how this may be a great opportunity to get in on the ground floor and think about it and how to structure. We are cognizant of the fact that it's very, very hard to evict somebody at this point if they can, and it's also hard because the courts are closed. So some of our basic institutions that we feel should be operating and protecting us are not operating to protect us. And we as a community need to be asking, why is that so? Is it just because we're being hard-headed and not acknowledging that this is real? Or, is there something else going on? And what we need to do, what we need to say so that we can make sure that everybody is protected.
Got it. Now y'all see why I have Sherri with me. Straight, no chaser. Levette, how has it hit you? Because as I said, when I first met you, you were ready, had your album working on. You were gonna release it in March. Everything was going great. You were doing interviews, and now I hear you're cooking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I've heard about it back in January, and I knew I was concerned because I remember swine flu. About 10 years ago, I got really sick after I had the flu shot for about 10 days. I thought I was going to die. So when I heard about COVID-19, I was really concerned. Then when my city put out a notice about, our orders to stay home, I was like, I'm not going to work because I don't want to die. And so there's a lot of mixed feelings about that. I mean, I'm a fighter, but I also want to be smart, and I want to protect not only my family, but other people. It hit me because, hell, I've been in this house since March 15th. I mean, I went out and I went to the market, and for about 2 weeks, I didn't do anything. I was scared I didn't know what to think. So we had to put the album on hold because I didn't feel comfortable with that. After working a whole entire year, my album was to be released on March 31st.
Yes.
So when that day came, I just didn't feel good about that. And then finding out my family member was infected with it, I just wanted to sit back and see how things were going to flow. But so I've been home redecorating because, hey, I felt like for a while, for about a week, I was probably in a low. And then, because I was like, what's happening? What's going on? Is this the end? Is this the rapture? And, all this biblical stuff that I learned my entire life. Like, am I living through this right now? No, it can't be. Like, what the heck?
And I just made my album.
Yes, I'm about to be this big star, and now you want to take the world? Come on! I know, but I feel you, because that's exactly, Lavette is right. That's exactly how we feel. That if we most of us really did. The majority of us grew up knowing about the Bible, knowing about God, knowing about Revelation, knowing about all of these things. And
I'm like, is people gonna start disappearing?
Yeah,
left behind. Be left behind.
Yeah, like and you do, and that's another thing though, Lavette and Sherri. You start thinking about all those horror movies and all those weird movies that you've seen.
Yeah, and
even in a way, let's be real. In a way, a lot of these people lost their family members, and they will not see them again. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. Now, if they're older, I'm like, but if they're young, I'm like, I hope they're not over there working for Putin. Because because it's sad, because with the virus, you have to, you're quarantined. And you're hearing them saying that they're placing these bodies and they're burying them and they're doing this and they're doing that. And these family members, these people are dying alone. And I'm like, God,
it's sad.
Yeah, they don't have a camera to put on them or something. Like, we're doing Zoom. Can we do something? Because there's a parent or a daughter and a sibling, you know what I mean? You don't want that I don't want it for me, anybody in my family, and my friends. That's like, that's just like a horrible way to go. If that is the case. So, but
nobody wants to go alone.
And you want closure. Closure is when you see. It's like when a mother loses a child because somebody's kidnapped their child and they never find them. You cannot have closure. And so you just taking somebody's word. Yeah, we lost your granddaddy. And
you know what it is that I don't trust them. And what this did for me is I realized that even if COVID-19 didn't come, we can't trust them because we really don't know what tomorrow holds. So you might as well just live your life to the fullest, like it's your last day. Right. Because if you wake up,
that's right.
You're blessed. And so that's what it did for me.
Thank you. It gave me more courage and strength. You are so right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, to push and fight for. You are so right. Quan.
What's going on?
Real quick, so we can flip this a little bit, because with what they're saying, we're going to be living our best life right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's telling the truth.
Living my best life.
Hey, I ain't going back and forth with y'all. You know what I mean? Because I'm serious. Friday, I did Fiesta Friday. My wife's like, hey, you lost your mind? I'm like, no, I had every kind of taco you could want in this house. I made chicken tacos. I made chicken tacos. I made ground beef tacos. I made steak tacos. I'm not making this up, you guys. I made peach cobbler. I had champagne. I had the drinks. I had the black beans. I had the brown beans, the rice. Everything. They're like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And every day I'm cooking something. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm trying new dishes, or I'm in the studio working on something. And she's like, you are not going to get me fat. It's not going to work. Right? And I'm like, if we don't get out of here, won't nobody know anyway. So let's just get in here and make every day a celebration and party and be glad that we love each other and that we're okay.
There's nothing wrong with thickness.
Not at all. Hell no, I'm thick. Anyway, Quan, please.
Hey, I'm thick.
I'm telling you, so I know, and I like, I like my champagne. I'm putting that down right now. That's the part about it. I'm gonna have to go to AA. Which one y'all gonna take me when we get out of here? I ain't gonna lie.
I'm going.
I gotta go to AA. I'm gonna put.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't take.
I'm still drinking. I'm still drinking, so I can't drive.
Okay.
But I can ride.
And so you can imagine right now, I say let them all out. You know, the ones that when they shut down and they were in there, let them go home. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or let them get a drink. This is a time.
Right?
Yeah, this is a time when you need that drink. Just being a little funny.
Poor baby.
Yeah. But Quan, on even a more tip of what's going on to get our minds off of it a little bit. Sherri was
All
talking,
right.
but real quick, Sherri was talking about the checks. Sherri, they're not giving you your check because they already know who you were rooting for. Trump not signing your check. He told me to tell you that.
Mm-hmm. He
'Cause
ain't signing your check,
because
girl.
you know he's good about grudges. I don't look for that man to give me mine for some of the stuff I done said about 45. I done said some things. So I don't even really want the check because I'm scared something
You
gonna
know,
be wrong.
I have to say I got my check and I've been getting all my money and I got laid off from my job because I am a working artist. And I was commuting from Long Beach to Laguna Niguel every day.
Wow.
And I was dying. The job didn't turn out to be what it's supposed to be. And I didn't know how I was going to get out of it. And
So he
honestly,
blessed
this
you.
COVID-19
Blessed
saved
you.
my butt.
It's a blessed a lot of us, sweetie, because I
For real.
retired too. But yeah, it's been a blessing for me to just do what I wanted to do with this studio. And
Right. It gave me another few months or however long it's going to be
say it,
to focus on my art.
say it, babe. So with that, Sherri, stop looking for your chick. He's mad at you. Okay, you are definitely one of the ones that's on his list. Okay, so accept it because we know where we are.
No, he put Jared in charge of my check, so I know I'm never going to get it.
Oh hell, no, we get it. He already got our name on the list for real. Quan, tell us something good about what's been going on in the wood, in the hood of the
Okay.
wood.
So we got a lot. We got a lot to unpack. First off, we have
Wait, we got to
the
get your thing up there so everybody know what's going on with you. We got to get your wood symbol up there because we got to let people know you're giving them the news from the wood.
yes. If you have not been following the internet for the last 24 hours, you have not seen the battle that wasn't with Teddy Riley and Babyface.
I missed that joint.
Oh, trust me, you didn't miss nothing. It was like a Mike Tyson fight. It was there and gone.
Really?
Yeah, it was there and gone because apparently Teddy Riley didn't get the memo about a sound check issue that he was having on IG Live, and yeah, it just went real bad. Just went real bad.
But did Babyface at least gonna blow it out? Cause you know.
Babyface was sitting in the studio drinking on some cognac, sitting back,
He
and
could have
just
went on and gave him a few songs like "Soon as I Get Home from Work" and.
oh no, Babyface started out first. He started first. He gave him a song, and
Okay.
then just after that, just Teddy. Just
Come on,
I
damn,
feel
Teddy.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Teddy.
But
What did Teddy do?
It was a sound check issue. He had a live band with him on the beat.
he needed
he had
Mike. I'm sending Mike. Mike Farmer, can you go over to Teddy Riley and fix this? But we gonna make him pay you. Would you go over there, Mike? 'Cause he needed a bad guy like I got, Mike Farmer. He needed my guy, my guy in the back. He needed my guy. Tell the truth.
Yes.
That's a
I'm
sad
telling you,
world when
it-
I got a better tech guy than he do.
Yes, you do. You do.
Yes,
Much better.
It was all bad, and I'm telling you now, if you have not seen a meme or GIF yet of everybody going in on Teddy Riley, whew, it's all bad. But Teddy said he's sorry, he apologizes. But before the IG Live went off, he chewed out his band. He chewed out everybody on camera. Did not know it was on camera too.
Wow, then he went bad. He did a.
So it's still entertaining.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
a 40,
very.
he did a 45. I blame every one of y'all.
Yeah.
He did a
He had a live tantrum.
yes, a live one. He
Yes,
had a
yes.
live. But
Yes.
but Babyface, I'm surprised he went with. I love Teddy Riley though, but I'm surprised because if I was Babyface, I wanted Babyface to pick like John Legend. You know what I mean? You Babyface, man. We talking about soon.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been a battle, Mama D. That would not have been a battle. Babyface versus John Legend.
Who you think
As
would
much
won?
as Babyface, period.
Yeah, but John can sing, so I would still want
But he
John
hasn't
don't-
had the depth.
Thank you, or the catalog, or the producer
Oh,
credentials.
Babyface catalog. We that's a whole different conversation there. That's about him and
That's what he said.
Since Prince died, it would be him and Diane Warren that would have to go toe to toe.
Yes.
Now I know
Diane
the music
Warren.
that way. We come on, Mama D can go way back with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is in my background. It look like the ghost trying to come in. See, 45, that's Russia, y'all. I'm gonna do a 45. I'm gonna blame it on. I'm like Ellen. No, I'm gonna blame it on everybody at 45 got Russian tapping into what we trying to say. You ain't gotta let them tap in. I'm gonna tell you what you done did. You done sold the country to Russia. I'll say it my damn self. You can gotta tap Russia tap in. Putin, Trump is a punk, and you punking him out. I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
Too funny.
so what else going on, Quan? Tell us what's going on.
What else happened? What else has been trending? If y'all okay, I don't know if none of you are young enough to know about Blueface. Blueface is a rapper from Los Angeles, up and coming rapper. Former Crip member. Friend of Nick Cannon. He had a video shoot yesterday, and the girls on the video shoot got into it on the video set.
But why they out there? Do we have not? Don't we have COVID-19?
Were they wearing masks?
Some of them were wearing masks. Like Blueface was wearing a mask the whole time.
Okay, what about the girls? You said Blueface. Hell, we talking about the women.
The women, they
They
were
was
getting
just
into it.
they were just half naked like most rappers have them, don't they?
No, they were, nice little bodysuits, little swimsuits.
We asked Quan, Sherri. I'm not asking Quan about these women because they may not have had anything on but a thong, and Quan gonna tell me that they was fully dressed like I stupid or something,
And they weren't cold.
No, they wasn't cold, but they gonna have that cold. It's called COVID-19. Trying to come up, they're gonna go down 6 feet under.
But yeah, it was a fight on the set and all kinds of just madness.
So they was really all up in each other's face because if you fighting, you throwing blows, you all up in each other's face.
Yeah, and like I said, they weren't fighting over Blueface. It was just the girls started talking shit to each other. That was it. It was just, I'm a better bitch than you. Just all kinds of that
See,
stuff.
that's why they needed Mud Deer. Because Mud Deer would have came out there, you know what I mean? And I could have did that for Mud Deer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Get y'all stupid asses back in the damn house. I lost my patience with you. That
Wasn't Blueface the one that jumped up there and gave the homeless dollars like he was at a strip club?
Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously he needed to bring his dollars to his shooting. Because his fools just got out of pocket.
I love Sherri. Sherri, I love you. You just so well put together. She trying to say he should have brought his dollars to his hoes.
Maybe he needs to know what the minimum wage is for video fixes.
Well, he probably cashed out them already before the shoot.
You know what? A lot of these young girls, we got to work with y'all. We're going to get on that subject later. We'll get some backbone stability.
We talked about that.
Because your generation, this younger generation, when I say younger, I'm saying probably about under 30. Y'all need to work on yourself. Check yourself or you wreck yourself. You're giving too much too soon, and you are being like thoughts, and you don't have to be. There's so much more inside you. So we'll work on that when that be the subject for us moving forward too, because we raising these young women, and something is going wrong. We got to flip this back right, because some of those qualities mama and grandmother put in us. Lavette, Sherri, and all of us still is in us. And don't look at me because I'm gay, but before that I still knew how to carry myself, and I knew what I had was precious and what it meant.
Right,
without a doubt. Because even pregnant at 16, I foolishly thought I was head over heels in love. Anyway, we're gonna move on real quick, guys. We doing our call out.
We got one more. We got one more.
Give it to me, because we got to.
All right. We have. Snoop Dogg is going to be DJing on Instagram Live tomorrow for 420.
Yes.
So no telling how that stream is going to be. There is no telling.
Living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you. Wait a minute, I'm gonna finish. Wait a minute, I gotta hit it. All right. Now play Snoop Doggy. I love Snoop. I don't care what.
Gin and juice. Hey.
Anybody that can make my.
I hope we all have our medical marijuana cards handy.
I got mine. I got my card. No, but anybody that can make
your cards handy. That's all I got to say.
The judge said have your card. She ain't gonna be worried if you got your card. But see, anybody that can make Martha Stewart drink a 40.
Hello.
That's my homie. Because we know how Martha Stewart used to be.
Can we just have a flashback for a moment there? When would you think you're going to have a commercial with Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart?
If you had asked me,
we have come a long way.
It's like before Christ. If you had asked me before jail with Martha, I'd have told you hell to the no. But she got that went down, and Martha just went straight Snoop Dogg.
Martha she's MB.
Yes.
She owned it. But guys,
I'm from Long Beach.
Yeah, so Compton and Long Beach.
I knew.
So you know how to drop it like it's.
We're not gonna ask you to do it, Sherri.
They should have hired you for that. What's that guy's name? That blue man or whatever needed to hire you
they
for
sure
that.
the hell should.
Because you'd have got your coins.
Call him up. Snoop, what's up?
Yeah, you'd have got your coins. You'd have got your coins. I bet you that. And had your mask on.
Your bag and your coins.
Yeah, and still been sexy. Had your mask on with it. That's
like Nene said, you'd been a rich bee.
Yeah.
And they missing out, but Shantae ain't gonna have that.
Guys, I want y'all to help me do my call out. My call out is for them fools that's been out there protesting. And
Lord.
And the call out,
exercising their First Amendment.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Making
with no mask.
Making themselves look stupid as usual.
No mask.
But I don't see any pepper out there in these audiences. You know what I mean? Right now, that's out there screaming, "Let us out!" You already out. Why you act like? Here's the thing: I'm gonna tell you why the protest is stupid on my part. Just my opinion. If you're already out there and you didn't go to jail, and you were out there able to say you want to be out, why the hell are you out there? That means that you're free to go out there.
You are free.
Yeah, and you're free to do this. They're just telling you why you shouldn't do it, dumbasses. If you're out there and you're doing what they are doing, let's call them out. And the call out is of embarrassment and stupidity. And these are Trump's people, because only these people that are with him. You got to watch some of the shows where the guy go and interview Trump's people. I'm from the South. I'm going to give y'all something right now. I don't want that there Obamacare at all. To hell with that, and I think that should be the first thing Trump throw out. Now, I want them to make sure that I keep my affordable health care. But all them niggers should not have that their Obamacare. How stupid is that? You're so damn dumb you didn't realize it was the same damn thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The Obamacare was made for the niggers, and that's where that shit needs to stay. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can take the girl out the country, but you can't take the country out the girl. I've talked to him. I went last year. Stopped at the gas station, went to visit my mom, and she lives in Madison, Arkansas. Population probably 1,000, 1,200, but I love it. Point is, I'm in Forest City, which is another little smaller town, pumping my gas. Now, the way the thing was made, you push the little button and it'll pop open. Well, it had the kind of cap where you just push the thing inside, to put the gas in. You don't have to twist and all that. New model car. So I'm doing that, and the thing is still just clicking back, because if you push it too far, it won't. We know this. Here comes this guy, country guy, walks up. Did you push that lever up? You got to push that there lever up, and then the gas will come shooting right out. I just want, you must be from the city, so you got to flip the lever. I looked at him, and when I pulled it back a little bit and the gas started rolling, I said, that damn technology, it's a motherfucker, ain't it? Show right, girl. Show you right. Yeah, gal, show you right. You get what I'm saying? Now, what the hell was he talking about? Did I push the lever? Did I pull up the lever? And
you know what, though? That person might have been trying to help. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with those who just assume that I need help. Okay, they assume from my circumstances that they observed I need help.
Yeah.
But you're going to go out there and protest. And here's my thing. Can we put them at the back of the line when they get to the hospital? Can we give them the special pass to go back to the line
Okay.
No, we can't. We
Okay,
have
can
to.
we put them in them spaces outside of the hospital where they having to put the people that didn't ask to be sick and move them on
Mm.
into the hospital because and then they'll be the main one then saying they're not getting treatment from their affordable health care. You get
There.
and have they not learned? I done told y'all you got to be like Donald Trump with like the Matrix with Donald Trump. You have to be because anybody that fool with him, the shit don't go right for you.
He's
Have they not learned that? You gonna go to jail. You gonna die. Something crazy gonna happen. Ain't no
Look at
way.
the farmers. The
Come on.
farmers.
Anyway, we're gonna take a quick minute break. Come back, talk to Lavette Cherie about the Renaissance album, and we're gonna close it in and try to let her go and let everybody go and enjoy themselves. Because I don't want her and Quan to be ahead of me on the drinking. I got to get downstairs and get caught up. This shit ain't right, y'all. Cherie, I bet you got your. Now, Cherie, she don't drink. She don't drink. Anyway, but I don't want Quan and Cherie ahead of me, so we're gonna take a short break. Come back, and Miss Lavette Cherie is gonna tell us about a little bit about the making of the album and a couple of songs on the album I want to ask her about, and then we're gonna, I'm gonna go have a glass of water.
yeah.
Butterfly, look at you.
I know you
Hey.
called it the Renaissance,
The
and I
Renaissance.
love the cover of that album and how pretty it was.
Thank
You know what I
you.
mean? But I think that Mike is the Renaissance. Yeah, I think that Mike is showing your video.
Oh, which one? He's gonna show my video.
Mike, which one are you going to show us? Are you going to show us the Renaissance?
I have Butterfly.
You have a lot. We got you. We got you. I just
We're gonna go into butterfly right now.
okay.
Come on, let's go.
Oh.
Mike's
Yeah.
gonna show your video, and then when we come back, when we flip back, we're gonna show your album and your other song.
Love it. Because that's what we're all doing right now. We're going through this. What my song is about, that's what we're all going through right now.
And that's what Butterfly is. I was
Mhm.
listening to it. I like the video.
Thank you. That how
Butterfly, look at you. You came from dark places beyond your birth, held captive throughout your life. Suicide thoughts ignite, afraid to face your fears. As you exhale, shadows of doubt ricochet. Negativity collides, takes a nosedive. As you stay prayed, divine intervention, you are amazed. As you strive reaching for the light, cascades of restoration, bliss, and happiness, you come alive and thrive as they imbibe you. Excited and delighted, accolades lay heavy upon you. As that little girl inside says goodbye to the pains of strife, you arise like yesterday, drinking lemonade. Heaven's been waiting for you to align. You finally arrived, you beautiful butterfly, 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 butterfly,
All right, guys. Can y'all hear me now?
Loud and
Yes.
clear.
Yes.
All right, guys, amazing, amazing. So we are bringing to everybody up to the forefront Miss Lavette Cherie, and she was born. She said she grew up in Long Beach, California, and
Yeah.
we're
All
going to
right.
talk about her album, The Renaissance, that she has not released. Was going to release. She said that on the 31st of March, and had to hold back on that. She has several songs on that album, and Fahrenheit is one. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Did
Brown
you?
Shoe Daddy is one. I'm gonna show you the
Yes.
album cover. Yeah, we're gonna let them hear a little bit of Crazy because I like Crazy.
Yeah, you like crazy.
right
I was
about
crazy.
right about now I'm going right about now I'm going a little crazy. I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? So, Mike, let's let them hear a little bit of Crazy, just a little bit of it, because it makes me feel normal. I love it.
I'm going crazy. All these thoughts of you, I keep asking myself, what is wrong? Am I really losing it? I felt your kiss as I sit and watch the sunset. I'm forgetting everything is hazy. In my mind, fantasies, we come alive. You touch me too. I really want to be with you. You're not really near, but as I feel you breathe, I think I'm really crazy about you.
The Renaissance, Lavette Cherie.
Mm.
What a beautiful cover too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a beautiful cover, beautiful album cover, well designed. Um, so, and I had you on the show last time. I said, did this have anything to do with the Harlem Renaissance period? You said I went through my own Renaissance.
Yes, I
So
did.
what? Because I did like. I told you the truth. I love Brown Shoe Daddy. I got the concept of it. I thought it was deep. For those of you that haven't heard it, you guys gotta hear it. It's really deep, and especially for someone who didn't know their father much about him, just held on to the things that you could remember.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like when Papa was a Rolling Stone. He was that
Yeah.
Rolling Stone person and everything. But it's a deep song. I love Fahrenheit. Crazy, as I said, fit for me right now. That was just show choice. So what inspired you? Help them understand what direction you're going with this, because you are doing something that is groundbreaking. I feel it's a new way that is going. It's similar to though when you go in and you listen and you go into the cafes and you hear the poetry,
Hmm.
but you're putting a whole nother spin to it.
Yeah. It's just part of my creativity. It's something natural. I never even thought about it. I never gave it a second thought. It's something that the spirit that God planted in me, and I just ran with it. And people loved it, and I loved the reaction I got, and I was surprised. And I would go out to these poetry cafes and do my poetry. I was really different from most of the poets that were there. And honestly, I was a little intimidated because I was like, oh, I'm not urban enough. I don't sound like that. I'm different. And I went out once and I did a Love Jones poetry cafe. It was downtown LA. And I got up there and I knew.
My girl Von J.
Yeah, Von J. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And so I got up there and I was really different from all the poets that showed up. And a man came up to me. He says to me, "You are so different and I will never forget you." And that just let me know that I was on the right path.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that. Thank you for telling me, because I needed that. That gave me inspiration to keep on going.
So that's awesome. And then you're working with, because you were telling me that you're a producer. I met Oz. He's a good. I shock people when I do this because he's a good-looking guy.
The Grammy-nominated producer. He's awesome. He's worked with Guns N' Roses, Macy Gray, T.I., just to name a few, but Battle Cat and all them. But the great thing about my album is I feel very fortunate and I'm grateful that I have a Grammy artist, multi-Grammy artist, Bob Tucker, who was an engineer and a guitarist on my album. He does a few features. And then I also have Jane Getz, who is a classical pianist. She actually did a feature on Crazy.
Wow. And now you have who? I think I've heard of her.
Jane Getz. Yeah, she's been in the music game probably since the 70s. She played with John Lennon, Ringo Starr. Yeah, she's a notable musician. And I love her to death. And it's all just a blessing from God that it happened because I didn't know them. And Oz worked with them. And when they heard my poetry, they loved it. And they were happy to help and to do features on my work. And I'm grateful for that.
That's awesome.
Because it gives it that eclectic, sound. There's nobody sounds like that. It's a high-end sound. I don't know what to call it, but a lot of other musicians are telling me like, wow, this is like a niche product.
No, it's a great product. It's a great product. I would not lie to you. I'm listening to it. And because you sent everything to me. So, yeah, and it's like the doors opened up for you.
Yeah, things just happen automatically. I don't even try to find it. I'm working in my passion. I'm living in my passion, and things are being, just coming to me. It's like a magnet. Things are coming to me. Now, I spent a whole year working on the Renaissance with Oz, and I've never recorded in my life. So the past year was the first time I've ever recorded anything in a studio. I was shy. I didn't know how the studio worked or the equipment. I didn't know anything. He taught me everything. I published my own music. I don't know what to say. I'm just so grateful, and I'm in love with my sound. I'm in love with my songs. My music is something that you could play when you're hanging out with your girlfriends, having some wine, when you're cleaning your house, when you're chilling with your man, when you're in a cigar shop or a beauty shop, or you're getting your hair done in a salon or a barber shop. You can play my music anywhere, in church functions. All ages can relate to it.
So I like that. So my thing is, when do you think you're going to be able to do a proper, album release?
Well, we did go ahead and through TuneCore, we published the music. And so we're just waiting for it to go live. But because of COVID-19, the industry is on hold. Wow. And it's taking much longer than usual because initially it was supposed to be released on March 31st. So I put a hold on that because I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't want to be disrespectful to everything that was happening, the people who were getting sick and dying. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if it was, like I said, the rapture was coming.
Yeah, you've been
honest. And so,
No, but she's been
Get
honest.
on the ark. Get on the ark.
Yeah.
You play it, but I got me some wood out back and a hammer.
You know,
I ain't got started.
I said people gonna start disappearing.
Yes. Y'all
You
gotta
know,
remember, he said we're gonna be fine this time. Y'all know my mom been reading that Bible since I was little.
so I
Lord.
actually had to move just before this pandemic hit. It was an emergency. It was something that was just came out of nowhere. So I found this book. It was a Notre Dame prophecy book. It belonged to my great grandmother. And I don't know how I inherited this book. I didn't even know I had it. So I got the book and I started reading. I don't even know how to understand the book. But anyways, I remembered when I was growing up watching a movie about the rapture. So I was thinking, is this what's going on? Are we going to have like chips put in us? Is it going to be like one currency? You know? And so I sat back for a couple of weeks. Eating, I perfected my chicken piccata.
Yes.
You know, and so after that, I said, okay, I've had enough of this. If this is the last days, I'm going to die doing what I love doing. This is my passion. This was my calling on my life. I know it because I know these poems that came to me were from God. They were from the Spirit. I did not think of these. There's no way I could have thought of it. So we decided to go ahead and register the album to go live, but it's been on hold. They have not, TuneCore has not done anything.
They probably at home. You know, they feel like you. It's a rapture. But you still have it in there. And you're right. My thought would be if it was the end and a new world begins, I want them to find my poetry.
Exactly. I said, you know what? What do I have to lose?
Yes.
At least if something happens, it's out there.
Without a doubt.
Right.
And I completely agree. We cannot thank you enough because she came on. Basically Myers Clark and I met through Barbara Morrison, and he came on the show and did a spot on the show with me, and noticed what we were doing, and we all kind of connected because when you're all artists, you all kind of cling together, and from that he kept in touch, and then he came to me. He's like, he was telling me about you, and he was saying that my headliner is Lavette Sherri. So basically, that kind of brought everything together, and it was weird because Sherri, Onica, Valle Cole, Miss Sherri, that was the first time that he came through. You were a guest on my show.
That's right.
Weird. So the next time he called me and said I needed, because I'd asked about you, Lavette, because he'd mentioned you before, and you didn't come that time. And I said, well, where is your headliner? And so then he called me again. He said, well, she's going to come through, but it's going to be short, da-da-da. She's following me now. And it was weird because Sherri was on my show again.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, so we had to work it, guys, and get her in quickly. But after I listened to the music and I listened, I made her promise because I knew I had to get the promise live so I could, if you didn't do it, I could, put you on blast, put it out there that you said it. Be like, promise me on live that you're going to come back on my show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I reached out to her and true to her word, and I see her quite a bit through social media, and we kind of tag each other with different things. Again, God always blesses us and puts genuine people in our lives. That's when you know He has a path for all of us, because it's amazing how He lays out the format. And Yolanda Adams had a song where she would say, "Sight beyond what I see. You know what's best for me. Prepare my mind, prepare my heart for whatever comes. I'm gonna be ready." And so that's right. What He's doing. He's laying the path, because each one of you guys have stuck around with me. Like, you're doing your thing, I'm learning mine as well, and have a passion for it. And Sherri came aboard, Quan came into motion. Mike fell out the sky, right in my arms, and then here I am again. I reach out, I have Michelle, send Lavette a email, see what she says. I know it's a lot going on, da-da-da. And crazy enough, she hit me real fast. Like, she responded, and what are you going to do? And then right away, Lavette was like, Oz couldn't be, but she still was like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I say this, so people can understand how this works. Each one helped one.
Right.
Mhm.
You get what I mean? That's what everything I bring to the table when we bring this show is everybody working together for the greater, for the great,
Amen.
for the great one, and it is the
Yes.
truth.
Absolutely.
And what we're gonna do right now is Quan, y'all. I know y'all know we do our IGS Nation Award, and Lavette, Sherri, you are now part of our IGS family. So we're not gonna let you go. You and Oz are gonna come back. We're
Yeah.
gonna really come back and cover.
Oz
Yes,
is an essential worker. He's going to be making a bunch of money with 420.
see,
So
I love
he
it.
has to work right
Yes,
now.
that is fine, but I believe, you know what I'm saying. In my thought bubble, I believe that this is going to get better. In my mind,
Amen.
and I have to name it and claim it. So in my
It
mind,
will.
yeah, in my mind, and it's just my thought, and I
You
always,
know what my 23-year-old daughter told me? I just want to tell you real quick. I asked her, so what do you think? She goes, Mom, let me tell you, you got to be strong. You got to fight this. Ain't no coronavirus going to get me. I said,
but
okay.
that they say the right thing, and that's what you got to do. You got to name it and claim it, and you got just a little bit of faith. Is all you need. And I do believe that if this summer comes, we're gonna all be able to be able to get together with family, have a nice 4th of July, a nice holiday,
Shit,
and be
shit, the
able
summer
to.
coming this week.
You ain't going nowhere, but sit your ass down. You ain't going out right now. We're gonna do like they said. This girl
I'm
said.
going. I'm going to Long Beach. I got to make a
I wish you
trip.
would come here. And like Mud Deer said, Cora, I'm come get your ass too. All right, I'm gonna come get that ass.
I got to drop off a wine bottle with somebody.
Yeah, I bet you would. Don't call me when Corona come. Don't you even call me. Sheree, you better tell me that's
Look
not
at
the case.
Onica.
Yeah, she hit
What you
that. She
drinking?
hit that bottle like my dad used to do that for them.
I was just sipping a little something.
But like I see a better time for us, and I feel that that is coming, and that I hope that we hold on to though what we all have learned and built. And the main thing about this is I'm gonna let each one of you say something positive. We're gonna give out the IGS award. We always give out an award for for people that do amazing things that go above and beyond, and we think they deserve the award. I'm just saying Nation Award. As I said, now you're a part of the IGS family. You're not gonna be able to get rid of us. I'm gonna be hitting you up. Yes, I am.
I love you guys, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad and grateful that I'm part of your family.
And when you're out performing, because I know if you out, it's safe to be out. So I'm gonna be in the crowd filming me and Mike. Mike, I'm finna put more work on you, and we're gonna be
Yes.
live talking with you and hyping it up. Cherie gonna be right there. I'm had to have her whole little drink so everybody know she got it.
We got you, Onica.
Yes.
Thank you,
We gonna-
thank you,
we,
thank
we
you.
gonna let nobody know, because she got to make sure she A1 on one for everybody. But like I
Yeah.
said, we're gonna definitely give the award out to the first responders, the people that make us safe, that make sure that there's food on the shelves when we go in the
Yes.
stores with the mask on like we should. The ones that make sure that the mail comes, the cards that we may send to the older people or gift packages that we send, the people that make sure that we are that the people that are in the hospitals are doing okay, hours upon hours. The police that still have to go out and try to protect and serve. And what I'm saying, my stepdaughter is a first responder. But we want to make sure that we thank these people. So to all of the first responders and people who are working to keep this world stable and safe as we go through this, we want to definitely give them the IGS Nation Award. I put together a small video for them to let them know that we are so grateful, humble, and
Yes,
thankful.
we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No word. Say it, guys. No words can express how
No
much
words.
Oh,
we appreciate you. Every truck driver, every pharmacist, every cashier, every
grocery.
every deliverer. Yes, every
Because
medical doctor. Yes.
what would we do if we couldn't go to the market?
Come
What
on.
would we do?
And I see guys are bringing food from the restaurant.
DoorDash,
If you're
Postmates,
thank
Uber
you.
Eats,
Do it safe. You're doing it right. Some
Grubhub.
people can't, and there are people that are still doing the delivering food to the elderly. So you guys
Yeah.
are still putting yourself in the forefront every day.
Meals on wheels.
Yes, and so for the people that we did the call out on, shame on you. Shame on you for making their job more difficult. How many more hours do you want them to give? They are mothers. They're somebody's daughter, somebody's son, somebody's
Yes.
grandson, somebody's granddaddy, somebody's daddy. How could you
Mm-hmm.
be so selfish? So we give this dedication and this song to them. Mike's gonna pull up the quick little video.
It's gratefulness.
Are we back, Mike? Guess that we are. We are grateful. Again, we are grateful, grateful, grateful.
Yes,
So
we
grateful for
are.
these people, aren't we, guys? And for the work.
We
that
are.
they do.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
yes.
Now, Mike, are they back? Because I want to get each one of them to tell me something. Tell the people something positive.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Yep. Now, guys, I like for you all. We like to always leave giving the people some kind of inspiration and making sure that they know that we are real and we love them and we care about every one of them. So we're gonna start with the guests first. So I want you to make sure, Miss Lavette Cherie, that you let the people know, give them something that will inspire and uplift them, and give them something they can hold on to.
Okay. Right now, or
Yes, it's your shot. It's yours.
so all I like to tell you all is that just love. Just love, 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 love more. Just love.
I love that. Okay.
That was wonderful.
Yes. Cherie, Onica, Valle Code.
I want everyone to not only love, but also to keep hope alive. Right now, we still are going through a very, very difficult time, but hope springs eternal. And if we can stay focused to the end of our COVID-19 worries and move forward, we could be focused on our November 2020 election and get out of the storm that we seem to be in.
Wow. All right. Big homie Quan
Yeah.
from the wood.
Yes, indeed. I just got to say, everyone, hey, keep your faith always. I know still people out there that are still living in fear, and definitely, you want to keep your faith. Don't fear. Also, just make sure your mind's right. Make sure your mind is right, because not only does the physical take a toll, but your mental takes a toll. Your mental takes a toll, and also celebrate 420 responsibly. Celebrate your
Cherie,
420.
always have to beat his ass before this show ends? Why you had some stuff?
And this is real. You see that Christmas card? You see that's real.
See that? See.
Celebrate your 420 responsibly
Where your card at,
tomorrow.
Quan? Where the card? You forgot the card. No,
Hold on. No, I already got this. This is me. This is mine.
the card.
And law enforcement is leaving the.
You had to throw the card, boy. Lord Jesus, y'all, he done made the judge have to go. On there for that, Quan, you got to remember that, boy. You got to think. You can't do that with her. She the judge. You supposed to show your card. Lord Jesus, help me here as I go through the troubles with this young man. Boy, I tell you, all I'm going to tell everybody real quick and get off of here is he's able.
Yeah.
He's able. And right now,
Yes.
I wish he was able and made me able to reach through this computer and grab Quan and choke the heck out of him. But since that can't happen, you know what I mean? And you talking about somebody disappearing, Levette, you better look for Quan later. So anyway, guys, I agree with her. As you guys know, I always say that knowledge is power. It is power. But love is everything. And I believe it, I receive it, and I always walk with love and faith. So I ask that you do the same, okay? And I ask that you have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for joining us. I love you, Lavette Sherri. I love you for being here, being a part of it. I love you, Sherri, Onica, Valle, Cole. You had no idea that Quan was going to do that mess, and I'm going to choke him. Quan, don't do that one again, okay? Because she is a judge. She can't be a part of those things. So just don't show that to her, okay? It's there, but don't show it. All right, but that's okay. We know what Quan going to be doing with Snoop. All of us might have been doing it with Snoop, but you had to let us see it. Anyway, we know Quan, that's him. You guys have a great night, and we out. All right? We're going to listen to a little bit of Live, and we're going to listen to a little bit of the radio. And Sherri, have a great night. Lavette, send me that music. I want to be bumping some of it on the show. Have a great night. Let's let you go out and enjoy. Love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
Thank you so much for being a part. Mike, you got to cut it. Mike, you got to end her camera. Good deal. Are you on, Mike? Can you?
They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making.